sisters with me.
Oh, damn. She didn't even mention you.
Well, I asked you to make ceviche, but I still haven't got it.
That's scheduled for Sunday.
You know I like to repeat it every now and then. So you are now tuned into Ladies Night Radio Show. It's your girl, Mysterious Jax, coming to you live from the Good News Studio. Also with me here is my co-host, my beautiful co-host, amazing, talented, the gorgeous, the next.
Oh, Mari on the mic, y'all. Happy Friday. Feliz Viernes.
And once again, it's Crazy Maria coming to you all the way from L.A.
Hey.
I just had to have an
Crazy
intro.
Maria from L.A. Okay, I feel you. I feel you. And of course, we have my beautiful niece who came down from Alabama. She's, back for spring break. Say hi, Alexis. Yeah, I know, but what happened was we had you on mute.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Let them know real quick. What was the thing that you were craving as soon as you got off the plane?
My mom's cooking and tacos.
That was edited, y'all. That was edited. That was what was the blooper though? The blooper was she didn't mention her mama.
Her mama's cooking. What?
Because now she wants her mama's cooking. It's scheduled for Sunday. We all know we're invited.
Did she give you the look? You better say my cooking.
I did not.
No, you said tacos because you said tacos. They don't have good tacos in Alabama.
They really don't.
That's all
right.
right.
I have to go to Birmingham.
You could have just left that where it is.
And the weather.
And who did you bring with you today?
Oh, not my bestie, my friend.
Oh, damn.
Well, it's honesty. Honesty is policy, y'all. Honesty matters.
But we're really not best friends.
But you're close.
They are sister.
They just met today.
Let me tell you.
They just met.
She messing with her. They are sisters.
They just met on
friends.
Facebook.
That is my daughter right here.
They met on peoplemeet.com.
That's
they
funny.
Are messy.
Hi, Aaliyah. Welcome to Ladies Night.
Hello.
Welcome. Did you want to say hi to anybody or shout anybody out?
I'm going to shout out Alexis and my mom right there.
Yeah.
She's pointing to Crazy Maria, by the way. Apparently, Crazy Maria has a lot of children out there.
Yes.
claimed as all of them as dependents are claimed.
Right. Well, welcome back to LA, Lexi. We missed you. And of course, today's episode 20, Maria. Episode 20.
Yes.
We've been doing this
We
for
are so
20
blessed.
Fridays. That's crazy. We gotta give us a round of applause.
What's crazy is that you haven't fired me yet. Good Lord, I just been muted. I'll take that.
You know, I've been very, very, very tempted.
Look, you hear me knocking on wood? I think this isn't even wood.
That's the problem.
Knocking on the wood. Oh my God, y'all are crazy.
Lord, I'm not calling it to the universe.
Yeah, you know, you sometimes you on that
The
edge.
fans love me, though. The fans love me.
You're on that edge for sure. And I'm also really excited about today because we have a special guest. I've known this person for a while, but I'm so excited about the new business that they have started. Yes. And I'm actually tasting it right now. It is a Michelada mix. It is really good. So we're gonna be posting pictures and videos and just letting you guys know, what we think of it. And so far, I'm satisfied. This is really good. So I'll let the guests introduce themselves and the product because apparently I've been saying the name incorrectly.
Yeah, you.
I Huli.
Yeah, that was something.
She's trying
like
to be. She's like, English is not my first language.
Special guest, introduce yourself.
Hey, how's everyone doing? My name is Ulises, and I am with El Híjole Michelada Mix.
Hey! Welcome, Ulysses, to Ladies' Night. El Híjole Michelada Mix. I said it right that time. Look at that.
Yes.
I love the logo.
Yeah.
What made you go with that? Like the whole piñata in the desert.
So the donkey, right? So growing up, first thing, parties, piñatas, right? So
Yes.
burro. What happens when you drink a little bit too much? It always knocks you on your ass, right?
She said yes.
Look, real quick, you ain't on your A game.
Yeah.
You're a hot mess. Okay.
Hot mess.
So yeah, sure enough, it became a thing, and El Burro Quita Crudas. That's our hashtag.
Ooh, I like
yeah.
that.
That's a good one.
That's dope.
For all the Latinos out there and
You'll
everybody else.
So that's awesome. So what kind of made you start like a Michelada mix particularly? And what makes yours different than everybody else's?
So it actually originated from, it's actually my shrimp cocktail recipe. I opened a poke ceviche spot a couple years back, and I noticed that people were allergic to clams or any shellfish allergy. So I came up with this all-natural fish-based product and used it with my shrimp cocktail. Obviously, if they were allergic to shrimp, I would just omit the shrimp and just add the other fish. And then 6 months ago, I was a little hungover. My buddy came over.
We've all been there, for real.
Yeah, and he picked up some, they call it el vaso preparado, just basically a cup with
The ones you buy at the store, the like one already made?
No, it's actually like a mix. So some restaurants already sell it like a clamato base, or they usually do it with their shrimp juice from the shrimp broth that they use at the restaurant. $4 for the styrofoam cup with like a cup and a half of spicy shrimp water, basically.
Okay.
It was gave me instant heartburn. I was like,
Yes, or like you just don't know what's in there, huh?
Yes, that's definitely true. I always get heartburn with micheladas.
yeah, that's a no-no.
That's not good. And so far, I don't have anything with this one.
Yeah, so I was just like, I have a better one, and sure enough, the next day I went grocery shopping, and
even to the spices that you have on it.
Yeah. And
you made that.
Yep, I came up with the chamoy, so it's all natural tamarindo-based chamoy that's rimmed.
Yeah.
I actually had to go pick it up in Mexico.
So you go to Mexico all the way for these products?
All the way to Mexico.
Ooh, look at that. Fun
Straight
trips.
from the motherland, y'all.
Well, I'm going to say it's really good. What do you think of it, Mari?
I mean, I'm just on the first one, so right now it's good. I feel like hopefully it doesn't lose its taste after like the sixth one.
Well, Dame, how many are you planning to do 6 today?
I ate before I came here, y'all, so
She said
we're
6.
good.
Well, that is definitely
Because it tastes good. You really can't taste like the beer, but you know it's in there. So I feel like that's the best part of like drinks is knowing that it like tastes good and like sits good in your stomach, but you can like still party.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Maria? Because you make your own micheladas at home too.
Yes,
So-
I love micheladas. Just to say that most micheladas are very strong with the tomato juice.
Yes.
And I can really say that this one in particular, along with mine, are not too heavy on the tomato juice, and they are really, really good. Obviously, you can see, I mean, I don't know if Kosi's on my cup, but I'm halfway into my cup.
You are. You're
Along
beating
with-
everybody. Oh, Lisa's beating everybody. I was like,
Uli and I, we halfway into our cup, but it's really, really good. It's really tasty. I really love the rim. What's on the rim?
So it's our El Híjole chamoy sauce. So it's all natural tamarindo pulp, and then I add some extra chamoy base and some spices in there. It gives it like a more umami.
It's the bomb.
It goes
love
great
it.
with like fruit too.
It's really good.
Yeah,
it's really
definitely.
good. Well, thanks for coming on Ladies Night. I know that you were a little nervous because, it's a room filled of strong, outspoken women. But it's a safe space, I'll tell you that. We definitely listen with... I know we know already that we're not going to agree with everybody, and everybody has their own perspectives, and we have that respect. So, it's going to be a good time. So don't be too nervous. It's going to be fine.
You're going to stop serving us after the second one.
I know that he's going to start. He's going to wrap up all his
cut
stuff.
I'll start
Cut us off.
We can't serve you no more.
Awesome. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into our first segment of the night. Hey.
First segment.
I know. Hold on. Let me cut this music. I had some music in the background. Here we go.
That's the segment music.
My music. I love it.
Hey.
Alrighty, y'all. For Mari's Minute, we are going to get straight into the news. We're going to go local, national, and then global. So our California governor, Gavin Newsom, actually hit the pause button on capital punishment. A big deal. We're one of the states that's kind of pushing to move away from capital punishment. Recently, some sad news in the news is the Ethiopian Airlines crash that had happened that killed about 160 people. It's the second Boeing airplane, which is now out of commission for safety. So if y'all are taking flights, make sure to just check out what plane you're going to be getting on. In Venezuela right now, they're in the middle of a major power outage, and it's due to a lot of politics going on. But President Nicolás Maduro actually blames the U.S. for all of the issues going on in Venezuela. Just a good idea to read up on it and be centered in with the information being given. The U.S. women's soccer team right now is actually suing for equal pay. Now, people, this is not equal pay as men. This is just equity. They are the only team that consistently goes to the World Cup, so they should be compensated monetarily for it, right? The Justice Department has come in hot and heavy on over 50 rich-ass people for bribing their kids into elite universities. So for all of those that were rejected from universities, never got into universities, just know it's not your fault. There's rich white people out there taking your spot. And then lastly, of course, in most recent news, we want to go ahead and just recognize the people that passed away in the mosque killing in New Zealand. There's a lot of things going on in the world, y'all. Just stay aware, stay open, and stay empathetic. You are not the only one. And there's definitely people out there who really are not on the same wavelength as you. So just be aware, do your part. And, that has been Mari's Minute.
Hey.
It's a presidential speech, y'all. State of the Union. State of the motherfucking hood.
You're so official.
It's the music. I really got to thank my DJ out there.
Oh, yeah.
Providing us with a backup. But there's just a lot of stuff popping off lately in the news. And I'm like, what is it? Is it like the weather change? Like daylight savings trips everybody out. So I'm like, maybe that's what it is,
What do you think about that? The Full House actress who bribed and got her daughter into USC, and then when the news broke out, her daughter was on a yacht of one of the USC's
the people on the board, admissions board.
Imagine
Scandal.
that is like
I just feel like no people aren't like surprised. I feel like I know people that go to those schools and they're not like surprised. Like she has her own YouTube video or like her own YouTube blog, and she comes out and says like, I don't want to go to college. I don't want to be in college. My mom wants me to be here. Like, she's said it so many times that, like, she doesn't want to be there, and it's just for her mom. And we all know, like, you're not smart enough to be there. So it's just, like, I love that they're taking this down because it's been happening for so long, and they're finally willing to be like, this is not okay. Like, it's illegal. But some people really shelled out anywhere from $200K to $6.5 or $1.5 million to send their dumbass kids to these elite schools. Because if you know if they could get in on their own, you wouldn't. My parents didn't pay anybody. Bruh.
Yeah,
so I'm just saying.
So it's like, okay, it's one thing to get you in the school, but like, how are you going to be able to keep up with your grades? Like, you're not smart enough to be there.
But they pay off professors too. There's a lot of, and professors, they don't make hella bank, so they're okay taking like an extra grand or two. They're like, well, whatever, it's not their problem. but they're forgetting that they're taking up space. And it's just interesting that it always happens to be like really privileged ethnicities, like Caucasians, or I don't know if there was any, I don't know any other ethnicities that were part of that scandal, but usually it's like Caucasian or white people. And it's like, okay, like y'all are already accepted at a higher rate as it is. So like let everybody else have a try.
Damn, that's crazy. Well, and she's facing how many years?
Oh, I don't know. It's a lot though. It's because it's a big deal. It's like bribery and
huge.
fraud and shit. Like, but you know they're not gonna get shit. What's that one guy that was supposed to get like 24 years or something, and he got like none
And then I saw in the news, Jussie Smollett is supposed to like looking at 63 years
for like a false report or something.
Every report that he falsely accused, they're adding.
Well, one, they don't know if it's fake yet. We don't know if it's false. That's what they're saying. Yeah. That's what the Chicago PD is like painting the picture to me.
Yeah, they are.
But we don't know for sure if that's not true.
Right.
That's crazy. Well, thank you for Marty's Minute.
You're welcome, y'all. You're better people because of me.
We really are. We really
kidding.
are. One more thing before we go into our next segment. Just a reminder, we are doing a giveaway. Yuli, do you want to talk about the giveaway real quick for our listeners?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Well,
First prize winner.
So you're giving away a barbecue starter kit.
Yes.
And you're giving a Michelada party for 20 people.
Correct.
So the way that you can win is you have to post a flyer either in your timeline or your story, because I know how people feel about their timeline. So post it in your story, if anything, and tag 5 friends in that post, and tag the Ladies Night Radio and also El Híjole. I was going to say the other way that I always say it. So you got to tag those two to qualify, and then we're going to put you in our little raffle cup here with the red cup, solo cup. And towards the end of the show, for an exclusive giveaway for our Ladies Night Radio show giveaway, the person will win, and we're going to say it on air. And if you're not listening, then we'll just tag you on Instagram.
Or,
let you know.
No, I feel like they should be listening. You have to be listening.
They better be. Well, not necessarily, because sometimes they're driving or they'll listen like later. We have listeners that listen later.
We want proof of where you were.
You better screenshot it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So, yeah, make sure you guys go ahead and just jump on the Instagram real quick, tag us, tag 5 friends, repost the flyer, and you just that easily enter to win the freaking giveaway. All right. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump into second segment.
Woo, my favorite.
Maria's favorite. My favorite too, actually. And it's going to be Ulysses' favorite too.
Hey.
And that's 8 seconds, Chris. Just FYI, I see you in the chat box, Chris. It is 8 seconds. So do not tell CBS to sue me. I don't want no trouble. All right, producer Kosi, we're ready for you. So pretty much the way that this game goes, Ulysses, it's pretty much like concentration. You know what, Aaliyah? Do you want to play? You're going to play.
Yeah.
You know how to play concentration? Yes. Okay, so it's that easy. Literally, she's going to throw out a category. And then we're going to go ahead and go in rotation. If you get stuck, stutter, or anything, you lose. And then you're out of the game. And then we go round and round again. And, yeah. So, do you get it? Do you see how I get it?
No.
So, okay. So, if it was like sports, if she said sports, and I start, and we have to go in the rhythm. Concentration. And I go baseball. Wait. You go soccer. Tennis. And if she gets stuck, like, I don't know, then she's out. Okay. And then that leaves the rest of us until there's only one person standing.
Okay.
It's really easy, really quick. She's going to throw the categories out there. Are you guys ready? Kosi, you ready?
She's sharing information.
Do not share. You are cheating.
I'm not cheating. It's because
You're going to make her cry. You're going to kick her out.
Why you so mad?
Oh, okay.
I hate losing, and I do it all the time.
You're about to.
All right, here we go. You ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll start.
Yeah.
I'll start, and we'll go this way. Maria, and then Ulysses, and then Aaliyah, and then Mari. No cheating back there, Alexis. You can't help your friend.
I'm not.
It's fine. All right, you
Do I
ready?
have to sing the song too?
You don't have to,
Okay.
but I'll do it. Me and Aaliyah will do it.
Okay.
All right, ready? Here we go. Concentration is the game. Keep the rhythm, or you'll be out the game. Starting with
Ice cream.
pecan,
Marshmallows.
Vanilla.
Rocky Road.
Bubblegum.
strawberry,
Pistachios.
And chocolate chip.
Cotton candy.
Rainbow.
cookie dough.
Raspberry.
Fuck.
There's so many. You could say a fruit.
What did she do? What did she do?
She always messy with me.
She's talking all slow. She's like,
Okay,
it's
hold on.
pistachios.
Rainbow. Yes, because I'm trying to get it right.
You have to do it in the rhythm.
She's trying to. Yeah, she's like, it's.
You don't understand.
chocolate.
If you were in my body,
She's
you would
buying
feel
her
my
time.
heart.
If you
If you were in my body, you'd feel my heart.
that
and you
sounds
would
like
know.
brujeria. And I don't want to do that.
You guys know how I got.
I'm gonna
right?
make a
You
voodoo
guys
doll
have
of you.
seen Videos of me.
What's wrong with you? I can say so much
I
about
am
that comment
so
right now.
competitive. Like it scares me to lose, and I've already lost twice in a row. Two shows in a row. I'm not gonna lose. Annalia's here, so I gotta keep it cool.
I cannot with you, Maria. All right, are we ready?
Lord,
I'm gonna put us on live real quick. Hold on. Cause I'm gonna actually put Madi on live.
yeah, she is, Tia.
What? What's going on?
All right, here we go.
Tia Carmen's
gonna
on
be
the
on
chat. Her
Hey.
Alexis asking if she's here.
Are we allowed to tell our family to do the giveaway?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Anyone.
if they post.
Damn.
They
Why not?
they have to do it though.
Oh,
they have to
Madi
post a
reaching out.
flyer.
You have to follow.
They're like, I want a party at the big house.
Yes,
Y'all
for
start
free.
posting it. I actually did tell my friends. I said, Jason, get in this giveaway.
Right.
We can have a freaking party at your house. All right, or Alex's
All right,
house.
let's get this game over with because it's starting not to be fun. I mean, the pressure is real.
All right, here we go. Aaliyah, you ready? Madi, you ready? Here we go. Ready? Concentration. Concentration is the game. Keep the rhythm, or you'll be out the game. Starting with
Country.
USA.
Girl, where are you from?
Mexico,
You're done,
Mexico,
you're done.
No,
Mexico,
girl, you gotta
Mexico.
drink. You better drink a lot to that one.
You kidding? She said, oh, fuck. Oh my god, I could not with her.
We thought that was gonna be easy. There's so many countries in the world.
I know, but my heart just like.
Oh,
tightens
you I
up.
forgot we gotta be in your body. My
All
bad.
right,
Like,
here we go. You
oh,
ready?
mercy.
All right.
Wait, wait, I said Mexico.
That leaves me, Madi,
Oh,
and Aaliyah.
okay, I
Yes.
know how it is. 1, 2, 3 against me. You've been against me since raspberry. I got you.
That's what the crowd thinks of you right now. Stop it. All right, we go. Here we go. Ready and go. Concentration.
Come on, Aaliyah.
Concentration is the game. Keep the rhythm, or you'll be out the game. Starting with
Peter Brand.
Corona.
Oh, wait.
That's not fair.
She's underage. Okay, well, what the word?
Okay, we have to do another one now. She stopped the game. First of all, I'm the only one who stops the game.
I'm just.
I am the host. This is why I mute you. You know what? You're done. You're muted for the whole game. You're done. You're done. All right. And you can't stop the game. Only I can stop the game. Here we go. You ready? All right. Here we go. Dang, Maria. We were almost there. All right. Here we go.
Almost there.
Concentration.
Concentration is the game.
Keep the rhythm, or you'll be out the game. Starting with
Clothing brand.
Levi's.
Is it going this?
Here.
No, it's you, Leah. They're out.
Yeah.
Oh, True Religion.
Chanel.
H&M.
Burberry.
Yay. All right. Me and Aaliyah.
I'm like my mom's closet.
Me and Aaliyah. Here we go. You ready? Last one. All right, here we go, Aaliyah. Let's go. Concentration. Concentration is the game. Keep the rhythm, or you'll be out the game. Starting with
Sports team's name.
Dodgers,
Raiders.
Lakers.
Rams.
Ooh, Ravens.
No,
I'll take
you
myself out.
gotta keep the rhythm. She said, ooh. Try to buy yourself like 5
Because
seconds.
the Rams was my next one.
Yeah.
I literally had them lined up, LA, all in my, and then she took Rams. I was like, ooh.
You gotta go other
She
countries.
threw me off. All right, good job, Aaliyah.
Wow, you won. Good job. It's always the young ones.
It's always the young. It's the beginner's luck for sure.
It's because they don't have any real stress. No, I'm just kidding.
Stress, yeah, right. They're like nervous on top of being like.
They don't got bills. I'm thinking about my bills right now. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm not good at this game.
Yeah, you're just bitter.
Yeah,
Stop it.
I'm just bitter Betty right now.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for everybody participating. Aaliyah, you killed it. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Holding it down. All right, with that being said, we're going to jump into our topic of the night. Just kidding. I was the wrong button.
I was like, dang.
All right, Maria, you're unmuted again. You're all good.
I had
Gotta
to
double check.
Oh, my
I sure
God.
did.
See, we normally play also truth or shot Ulysses,
Yes.
but I felt because you were bringing these micheladas, we didn't want to get too
Yes.
drunk, so
Well,
But
yeah, I'm too loud. I just feel like with tomato juice or tomatoes is something that brings your
Okay,
Cover
yeah.
your ears. Yeah, cover your ears. Your high or your drunkenness down. So yeah.
Really?
No, it doesn't.
Does that work?
No, it
does.
does not.
Tell
No,
me if
it
I'm
doesn't.
right.
You know how many times I've
If
blacked
it
out?
cures a oh Lord,
And
if
I
it
blacked out
cures a
on tomato
hangover-
juice. No, I was kidding.
If it cures a hangover, it does the work.
Yes.
So you're actually going to be at an event coming up, right? You're going to be at an event, a festival called Michelada Mix, or
There's a festival for this?
Yeah, it's
What is it called?
Michelada Music Festival.
Music Festival.
2019. Yeah, it's hosted by the Wire Entertainment. They're based out of Southgate. It's gonna be at La Plaza de la Raza
Oh, yeah.
out in East LA.
That's awesome.
May 4th, so it's a big date.
And you're going to have a big old booth out there.
Yeah, big booth.
They're going to have music
serving
out there. I saw they're going to have Señora Dinamita.
Sonora de Amita, Los Cadetes de
dang.
Linares, Dub C. I believe some special guests are gonna come out too.
That's awesome.
We're expecting big crowd, 3,000 to
So
4,000.
it's like a festival people get tickets to. It's not like a community event, right? Or like a...
Correct. Yeah, you
yeah.
go on MichelamusicFest.com and you purchase your tickets there.
That sounds cool. Those are like things that we don't really hear about. They're not like as publicized. But y'all better get out there. It's always a good time too.
Yeah,
Like the music.
It's gonna be great. It's actually it's an evening event, so it's from 7 to 1 a.m. So
you got a shout out on our Instagram. It says, shout out to Yuli and his bomb ass Miche Mix. That's
Hey.
Oh, thank
from
you.
AMA_DOR16. As you can see, Madi over here is tearing it up. I have you on camera. I got you on camera. That's why he's giving it a shout out, I guess.
Yeah.
You're
You're,
my mom is texting me.
You-
No, I'm kidding.
you're making it look so good
You
over
over there
there.
doing the whole commercial, girl.
I'm over here. Damn.
Oh,
Somebody throw money in the background.
I could have sworn I told you we were going live and I was going to put it on you.
I just thought you were lying to me. I'm
She's
like,
over there licking in her cup.
I'm just doing a lot of things on a Friday night right now.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into our topic of the night. And pretty much, Yuli did text me earlier. He was like, I'm not nervous to be on the mic. I'm just nervous about this topic and that you guys don't eat me alive. From his, what did you say? What did you say?
Perspectives are important.
Machismo
Machismo.
thoughts. Machismo thoughts.
Oh,
And
Ooh.
I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about that because your thoughts are a lot of people's thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say men. A lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of-
There's women I
Yeah.
think like
Yeah.
that too. So I definitely want you to be honest and like just whatever you like really believe in, just like say it. We're not gonna attack you, but we will definitely want to see like different perspectives of like today's topic. So don't be scared to speak on it. I'll make sure that I'll hold Marty back. She's very passionate about it, and I love it. I love it. So pretty much today's topic is I'm not bossy, I'm a boss. And this is particularly with women in leadership roles and how they're portrayed and all of like the obstacles that they have to overcome to work twice as hard as men when they're in leadership roles and to get that respect from surprisingly their employees, women and men. So you would think it would just be men that would give women in leadership roles a hard time, but you'd be surprised. There's a lot of women that give other women that are leadership roles a hard time. So that's what we're going to be talking about and discussing. So we're going to go ahead and jump into what makes a boss, define to let you guys know what pretty much what a boss is. So it's a person who knows what he or she wants, knows how to get what they want, and gets what they want. They live by his or her own code and do not care about what others think. A boss has his or her own personality and does not follow the norm just because it is the norm. A boss does not settle for less than he or she is worthy of. So that's kind of giving you like, I try to give different definitions, but like I like that one the most. Obviously, a boss is someone also that's in a leadership role, who is in charge of a group or employees and stuff like that. So, when you think of women in leadership roles, Madi, what do you think?
I think I would think of like women in like government first of all, just like because that's like policy making.
Let me be more
But-
specific.
Oh,
What are
like just characteristics?
stereotypes
Oh, stereotypes
of women in leadership that come to mind when you think of women in leadership? You can be honest, say it.
I honestly I like would revert to like the B word, only because
Like
the-
a bitch.
Yeah, just straight up like a bitch, and not that they're not intelligent or motivated. It's just that the way that they go about their leadership, in my head, like stereotypically, is not what men would do.
Right.
And it's more like an emotional leadership, and maybe like the way that they talk to you, maybe the passive aggressiveness, maybe the pettiness, maybe the emotional. Like that's what I think of.
I definitely want to just kind of go jump into that as far as stereotypes of women in leadership. What about you, Maria?
I think what I hear a lot, especially when a woman is very firm, is that she needs somebody in her life.
Wait, what?
That's
Yeah,
true.
we kind of tend to say things like that, like, oh, she must not have somebody.
She's
she
not
must
getting
be-
it enough.
Yeah.
She
Needs some D in her life.
Yeah, that's like
we're keeping
a
it PG because we got people in here.
Yeah. But I mean, you could have read between the lines of that. But yes, that she needs to get laid.
That's a stereotype.
Right.
Okay, that's right. What about you, Ulysses? What kind of stereotypes do you think of when you think of a woman like boss?
No, I mean, I agree with Maria. Like, in the industry that I'm in, which is culinary world, you barely see anyone that's made it within the restaurant industry. And if they had or have, they basically take the easier route with it, which is more like celebrity, style. But in the kitchen,
but as a chef, you have to be kind of a jerk, anyways. Or what I see on TV,
that's TV.
This like the Ramsey guy.
Yeah, they're
asshole.
mean. I'm like, fuck, I would cry too.
I would have punched him in his nose.
I would have just burned the kitchen down. I just would have doused it with gasoline and would have matched.
This
would
is
have slapped him.
so glad you're not a chef.
Burn the restaurant down.
Have you ever come across any like women bosses in that field?
Yes, I have.
And what it was like the stereotype for you, like right when you started working under them?
They feel like like as a cook back then, a couple of years, more than a couple of years back.
Yeah.
Well, the specific kitchen supervisor, she felt inferior of my skills compared to hers.
Mm-hmm. She felt inferior,
Yeah.
or you think she felt inferior?
Well, she did because she.
Or we'll fight you. No,
there you go.
See, he's like, fuck, I'm out.
I'm just kidding.
You cut her off.
No more.
Making her aggressive. Why can I hear myself and I'm not even on a damn mic?
Why can you?
Yeah.
Because you're loud.
Honey, you're loud.
No, but what he's saying might, though, be true because, like, maybe she felt the need to, like, overcompensate. Do you feel like there was that?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, it's just the authority. She just wanted to put her foot down. I mean, I was also young, so I didn't really
Don't
care.
be scared.
But,
Putting some background music.
um,
Okay. So, I mean, sometimes women have to be a little bit more because of the roles that we're put in, as far as like trying to get that extra respect, because it's already difficult. And women, we know it's going to take twice as hard to convince our staff, male and female, to like let them know what we know.
Yeah. I would
For
say this.
so many years that women were able to work at, like, it was, it goes in back in the 50s when men went off to war, women took jobs, and they were, they took jobs, but once the war was over, the women had to go back home and start cooking and cleaning and take care of kids, and the men would be in the Rolls Royce. And they even have commercials. I remember Googling them, that there was commercials that kind of like made it seem like you're a horrible mother if you're not at home cooking and cleaning and taking care of your kids, and if you're still working. There was commercials like this. Imagine seeing a commercial and it's like telling you you're a horrible mother because you're not at home cooking and cleaning. So it was like, okay, the men are back from the war, time to get your ass back to the house. That was like not that long ago, if you think about it. So for now, and now we're fighting for equal pay. So now, yes, we can work. Yes, now we can have like leadership roles where we're CEOs and stuff. But the same CEO as a woman, the same CEO as a man, they're not getting paid the same. And it's because they make it seem that we're not worthy of it. They make it seem like we don't deserve to have the same pay as you because I have a vagina and you have a penis. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just because of that. Yeah. So I could have gone to Yale and you could have gone to like USC and we both have the same master's, we both have PhD, but for some reason you're getting paid more and I'm not.
Yeah. No, I mean I feel and I know that's not right.
Right.
It shouldn't.
So that's to answer your question, is why do women feel that they have to step it up more, and that's exactly it. Because of those stereotypes that we come across, because of so many years of not being able to be in the work environment, and now that we're fighting for equal pay. So we've been fighting along the way for so much, and now it's like, okay, we're here now, but now we want to get paid the same. So now we have to work twice as hard to show you that I'm able to do this, and that, you know what I mean? Just because, I'm a female doesn't mean anything else.
But I think that's an interesting question, though, that you brought up. You're like, well, why, though? Like, why do women feel like they have to do that? And I feel like I've met women bosses who are like the total opposite, like super like docile, like oh, you want a day off, like no worries. I'm like, what the hell? They just lied to you. Like they don't have like it's not their mom's birthday. They just want that day off, you know, like sack up. You kind of want to think. I've thought that about female bosses before. Like you need to sack up. You need to do like more because they're so docile. So I feel like I've met the extremes on either side where like they're too nice because they want to befriend everyone and be everyone's like, you know, like shoulder to cry on. And then there's the other boss that's like totally detached and like doing too much.
Right. No,
So, for like the authority. But then again, like it is weird to just see women in authority places. So I don't even know how to expect them to be. Like, should they act just like men? Because if they do, like, I don't know. It's just different.
So just to kind of go over some stereotypes that about women in leadership. So one is when she's a boss, she must be a bitch, which is not true. I mean, sometimes it could be, but for majority, it's not.
But men can be bitches too.
Yes, men could be bitches.
They could be big babies.
Big babies,
Big
assholes,
babies, yes.
jerks, douchebags.
Yes.
Well, the list goes on.
Yes.
But that's anybody. It's not even if you're a female or male. It's just you as an individual, you as a person. That's what it needs to be. If you guys hear some noise, it's some AC. It got really hot in here.
It's getting heated.
It's getting heated in here. No, it's hot in here. It's stuff.
That's
I think
me.
it's the micheladas.
It's the micheladas.
It's the micheladas, man.
For
They
sure.
got us all.
Hey, it's like creeping up on us.
We are
Damn.
all like flushed
I can't
right
even see
now.
straight.
I don't know. I just think that's me.
It's mixing medication over here. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my God! Seriously.
I'm medicated.
Another stereotype of women in leadership. These are stereotypes now. I'm saying we agree with them. They're just stereotypes. She needs some sex. True, but not true. Single and lonely. Who
Could
wrote
be,
this?
could be true. Could be.
But
We're
that
not
could
saying.
be men too, though.
Yes, and it's also like super not dehumanizing, but like super belittling of actual issues at hand. Like for you to just cast that aside as if like dick is going to solve her problem when it's probably just your bitch ass sense of being an employee. Like you can't be a better employee.
Right.
She doesn't need dick. She just needs you to be better at your job.
Right. The next one is men are less drama, women are too emotional. How you feel about that one, Mari? Just wait a minute. Get on the mic. Did you say it's true?
We need to cut the show. I think that women can't, like, I think the reason people say women are too emotional is because we as a society don't really allow men to be emotional. So women are the only ones allowed to have that space to be emotional. So it's not that I'm too emotional, but I'm the only one out of both of us that can express myself. And it's always like, am I wrong? Like, maybe you thought it was emotional because I got a little loud, but like my points are still valid.
But my thing too is being emotional. Everybody makes it seem like it's a bad thing. Like having emotions is what makes us so like unique and different. Like that we can share. And when you're I don't want to say emotional, but we communicate well as far as like whatever's on our mind. We communicate where men don't. You guys don't. I'm gonna say you guys because you're the only man in the room right now,
okay.
Ulysses. So you got to hold it down.
Okay.
But you guys don't like to share your emotions. You don't, which means you don't like to communicate. Do you agree or disagree?
In the workplace or?
In general, you don't like to share your emotions and you don't like to communicate.
Yes and no. It has to. For work aspect, I think I communicate.
You think you communicate well?
Yeah.
So if I was to ask like one of your employees
Correct.
that he communicated very well what he expected from your role,
Yeah.
he would agree,
Yeah.
or he or she would agree.
Yeah.
I hate to be stereotypical, so I'm going to say I think that it has a lot to do with the years of experience.
That too.
If you're talking about a 20-year-old intern, yes, I could see that. If you're talking about a 40-year-old person that's been in that field for a while, they've learned the traits, they've learned their, bumps in the road. So I don't want to stereotype on both genders, so I'm going to say it just depends on the age level that you're talking about.
Yes, I agree. Sorry, I'm in the Instagram right now. I see a lot of people on the Instagram. They're all giving shout outs. And one of them, he was talking about the music festival. Charles, is that him? Is he the
Charles
he-
Fig, that's his friend.
Charles Fig?
He's a good friend of mine.
Oh, okay, he says, shout out to El Híjole and Ladies Night. I'm trying to see what it says. Catch El Híjole at the Michelada Music Festival. So that's why I thought it was his festival.
No.
Oh, okay. So
he
I wanted
also
to.
privately, not to talk over you, but he also privately texted him because Uli showed me that he doesn't sound so bad on the radio show. So just
Who
putting it
told
out
him
there.
that?
Giving him
Who?
bro, Charles Fig.
Oh,
Giving him, some
that's
empowering
awesome.
words like,
that's-
"Yo, don't be nervous." You
That's
sound
awesome.
good
That's
on the
awesome.
radio.
No, but I just want to tell everybody on the Instagram, I'm about to shut it off. So make sure you guys join us on the app. It's the Good News Radio and Podcast app. So yeah, join us because I'm about to end the live. But thank you for coming in.
Thank you for staring at me.
Staring at you.
Thanks for
Seriously.
creeping.
So pretty much to go back to the stereotypes of women. The other one is, as Business Insider's Rachel Gillette reported, women often find themselves in a catch-22. Either they can demonstrate stereotypically masculine leadership traits and get penalized for violating gender expectations, or they can act in a stereotypically feminine way and never get seen as a leader. Now, what do you think about that one?
I think that's true in that, like,
But see, if they start acting like a masculine, they're gonna be considered bitchy or a bitch. No?
yeah, that's true. It is a catch-22. Like, if I want to just be myself and, like, I am a very emotional person, people might not respect that as a leadership quality because leaders are supposed to be, like, stoic. You're supposed to be, like, calm and collected in emergencies. And I'm all over the place. So I think it's a catch-22 in that either I'm going to be myself and see if people respect that, or do what we've talked about where, like, women are overly controlling or, like, overly assertive and then risk being considered like a bitch. So I would overcompensate.
You have a female,
I have a female
boss right now.
Yeah. For the last 3 years, I've had a female boss.
and what is your experience with that?
I feel like it's such a different experience because, like, both of these women are super educated and they have a lot of experience before I even met them as my boss. So those two things combined, like, they've already become strong leaders without the need to be these stereotypes, because there is no bitchiness. There is no sense of they're not able to do their jobs. Like, I trust in them completely and they have these abilities. So I think for them as women, like, I actually feel like motivated by them as leaders because they do remain rational. Like, they are emotional, but they're not emotional in the way that maybe we've thought of other women bosses who are, like, yelling or crying
And
or
okay,
insulting.
so with that being said, your boss shares an office with two other leadership roles, and they are both male.
Men. Yeah. I think my new boss now, so she is one of 3 leaders on campus and the other 2 are males. And she definitely has talked about how it's very different. Like, going into the, like, meetings and it's all men and she's the only one. As soon as she starts talking, like, the weight of her words is taken very differently, even though she probably has more experience than the men do in the room. Like, when she starts talking, everyone kind of is like, ugh, like, she's talking, or like, oh, you're just bringing us the woman's perspective.
Right
Yeah.
now, they're already just exiting her out before she's even.
Not exiting, but I feel like because they're still going to listen to her. Like, she's only one of 3. You have to listen to her. Right. But I think just the way things, like, feel, like, the vibe, it's still like, maybe, like, they're doing what she wants because she's a woman, or, like, they have to listen to her because she's a woman and not because she's their equal or because she's also
has
a
good
leader.
ideas or something like that.
It's like, okay, because it's almost like taboo in, like, industries now with, like, HR being so heavy and women putting out these, like, lawsuits, which some of them are totally valid, but some of them I feel like are not, about, like, their position in a company and how, like, they should be validated because they're women. And it's like, you should be validated by your work and your work ethic,
right?
Not your gender. So I feel like in the workplace, that's always a struggle to, like, be the woman who's like, I've been putting in work, like, I'm a good worker, and not like, I'm a woman, I'm the only woman, so you have to make me by like standards, you have to put me on the board, kind of, like, because you have to have a diversity, you have to have gender equality, or at least it has to look like it in your workplace.
Yeah.
So it's like hiring, like, the token black person, hiring the token Mexican, or, like, the token woman. Like, a lot of places on freaking boards, they only have one woman.
Yeah. In the industry that you're in, Ulysses, there's not a lot of women in your field.
Now they are.
There are now.
Yes.
And
for that same reason, I believe.
For what reason?
For just to have more variety of people out there. Maybe 10 years ago.
And when you get a woman on your team, what's your initial reaction? What's your first reaction? Honestly.
organized. I mean, the woman's
that she's
more-
gonna be organized.
Correct. Yeah.
That she's gonna bring organization to you.
To the team. Yeah.
But
for
what are
sure.
some of the cons? I know you have some cons. Don't be scared.
No, mood swings. I mean, I think that's
Okay.
I think that's the biggest flaw.
Oh, that's
for-
another stereotype we forgot.
That's the
Wait,
biggest
wait,
flaw
what?
for
What'd
a
you say?
woman.
Like mood swings, like when she's on her period. Oh, it's
That's real, though. It's
that
real.
time of
That's-
it's that time of the week.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest flaw for a woman leader.
But just imagine
That's
if
not
you-
even our fault.
It's not. What?
It's
What
not,
the fuck?
but
But
they
men are
sometimes use
biggest
it.
babies when they're sick. When they have a cold.
Oh, yeah.
They're the biggest babies. That's nothing compared to the kind of
Like my ovaries are
cramps.
getting
they're
like beat
stabbing
up.
me
Yeah.
in while I'm
My
standing
ovaries.
here and helping this customer and I'm smiling. I'm getting stabbed in the freaking ovaries. You know what I mean? Like just that's
No, I
the
don't know
feeling.
about it.
that's okay. You don't
But
know.
it's almost
you don't
like,
know.
but it's almost like, okay, she's gonna get her period this week, and she's gonna be like, her emotions are gonna be a roller coaster. But technically, you can still get the job done. You're just a little more emotionally unstable. But I feel like that's the same thing with men. Like with my male leaders in the past, like I never know when they're having a good day or a bad day. Like women, it's like, okay, oh shit, she's coming in, we know. But men, it's like it'll be calm. And then they'll fucking get on you for nothing, and you're like, "What the hell, bro?" It's like the man period. Like
But
that's
we
the
do
thing.
that every day.
Oh,
What do
okay,
you
you guys have like a man time, like a time in the day.
What do you mean you do that every day?
We just snap.
But why? And
Just-
that's okay.
Yeah.
And you're excused
Yeah.
more. You're not called a bitch for snapping on
To your
somebody.
face.
To your face.
Not to our face, maybe behind our backs, but no. I mean, I've had bosses that just for any given reason they just snap on someone. Just it's
But-
just the way they are.
It's
But-
also that industry, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cutthroat. It's like, can you do it or you can't? You know, so that's why I think like a woman chef. It took them a little bit longer
Yeah.
to become trained chefs. Now, like a lot of female chefs are opening their own restaurants for that same reason because they don't get that opportunity to run a kitchen.
Yeah. How do you feel about your partner working? Are you okay with it, or like are you? Because I know you said you had machismo thoughts, and machismo thoughts usually is the female stays at home and takes care of the kids and clean.
Yes
Is that
and no.
how you do? You agree with that?
Yes and no.
Okay, well, share it. I definitely want to hear it.
Share it.
No, I mean, like I said, you represent a lot of people that think like that, and so we just want to get different perspectives.
Yeah, I mean, I was brought with a parent in the household at all times. If it was my dad or my mom, but there was always a parent in the house.
Right.
I vaguely remember someone taking care of me. So with that said, like if someone could provide for the whole family, I feel like the spouse should stay and attend the kids.
Would you ever be the spouse to stay home?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Stay-at-home dad.
Would you?
I did for a couple months. Yeah,
Okay. And how was that?
it's stressful.
It's hard.
What's
It's-
stressful about it?
No, it's hard. I mean, it's. I mean, growing up, in your early 20s, you're just going about your day. But now, for me, I have two babies, attending two infants.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's not stressful, in the workload. It's just not knowing what they really want. That's that guessing game kind of.
Are you talking about your?
Yeah, and then they're like little people, like
Are you
they're
I was gonna say
humans.
your partner, or you don't know what your partner wants, or you don't want to know what the kids want.
the partner too, but no.
The little people, the one that doesn't speak as well.
Yeah, where's my damn on
The
here?
No, the baby.
Halfway.
Oh shit!
Oh
That
shit!
scared me, sorry.
That should scare the out of me. Okay.
That's how people feel about Kanye now.
Halfway.
So you're okay with being this like stay-at-home parent? You don't.
You would be okay now
Because
that you're doing it.
Most machismos would not. They would
Yeah.
be like, I'm not staying home.
It's work. It's still work.
Yeah, because you experienced it. But for men
Yeah.
who've never experienced that, they think it's easy
At
to
fir-
stay at
I-
home.
I mean, at first, I would say like
You thought it
really,
was easy.
Yeah.
I thought it
You're
was
like, I'm just
easy.
gonna watch
You're like, you're just at home. You just watch TV.
TV and maybe take the trash out and I'll be good.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta feed these things.
Yeah.
I gotta change these things. Yeah, that's I'm just I'm just
The
being
thi-
sarcastic.
yeah, the things.
I'm being funny.
The
Laugh.
little tiny people.
God, I have to give myself a round of applause.
Jackie, you just gotta live your life like that. You gotta be walking around giving yourself applauses.
Right? I should have this button everywhere with me. I wish I had a laughing one.
Like, how would you feel though about like your business growing and growing? Would you feel more comfortable? Just off top, would you feel more comfortable leaving your business with a man or leaving it to a woman?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Probably a woman.
What? I'm
Because you're on this show?
surprised. Yeah, right? Because you're on ladies' night.
No, I mean, I feel a woman, like I said, well, first of all, organization is key for, success in the business, in anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a woman, her role will be defined and should be more straightforward. A man, their thoughts kind of like, they kind of like always on the balance. Like, yes, no, yes, no. A woman's more straightforward. No.
You think women are more straightforward?
Yeah.
Really? You're not just saying that because you're on here.
No, I'm serious.
I feel like you're just saying. I
feel like we can't hide our emotions either. So whether or not, and like the
some
organization
women.
parts,
No, are you kidding me? Women can hide their emotions.
That's true. I think multitasking is a big thing, though. Women are really good at like being people, like being more personable. Like you're easier to approach. Like you're organized. I feel like you can do many things at once. I guess it would just depend. I'm not saying like, are they taking over your finances? It's just like to run like the operation, to run like outreach.
They're qualified, of course, but
Yeah.
I think I would probably pick a woman over a man.
I like, and okay, but you tell me why you would pick a woman besides being organized. What are some traits that you like about a woman leader to take over your position?
No, like I said, they're more straightforward with their answers. They're not like second guessing themselves. With the leaders that I've worked with that were women,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because I find myself second guessing the ways I'm running my business now.
Because it's hard. Yeah,
It's hard.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you've come across that have been difficult with that?
I mean, just financials as a whole.
Yes.
I think women. I mean, I know women are more cost efficient.
Who helps you with that?
For what?
Like to like do the checks and balances for your company. Is it you by yourself, or do you have somebody like that helps you?
No, it's myself. Well, I mean, I'm partnered with my dad.
Okay.
So he's the woman of the company. No, I'm just
No.
joking.
That's a strong figure, though. That's not a.
He's been in the business for a minute.
He has that trait of like, we make $1, don't spend that dollar.
Yeah.
Now for me that I've been in the industry and kind of like, just kind of had, okay, go do it.
Yeah.
Type of thing, freedom. Yeah, just go do it. But he's like, why you do it? But yeah, the woman, is like, why is this pink? And then there's 3 reasons why it's pink.
Yeah.
For me, it's just one.
So just kind of go over that. I want to talk about what women have to overcome in accomplishing boss goals for themselves compared to men. So the number one that we have here is being treated equally. Women struggle with being seen as equal to men in the workplace. However, they should still go after their goals. It's important to ask questions and improve skills. So these are some of the obstacles to overcome, but also like some ideas to help overcome that. Number 2 is support from other women. So this is very crucial. You really do need support from the other women. Women must support women regardless of status in the workplace. Women in leadership roles tend to have lack of support from other women, which is why we should continue to reach out. So here's my thing with that is when we talk about women in leadership roles, it's not even just women boss. Like this whole topic is not just
That's
women,
what I want to touch on. Yeah.
Women that are bosses and are boss and they have employees. Like women, like being a boss woman is someone who takes care of themselves, takes care of their work, and takes care of their responsibilities at home. And you handle all of that. So yes, this show started off with you being a woman as a boss and having that boss and leadership role, but we also want to talk about women in general who just make boss moves. And you don't have to be a boss to be a boss. You know what I mean? Like
you don't have to be the head of a business or to have your own business to be a boss, essentially. Right. Yeah, like if those are not your dreams, it doesn't make you less of a boss to be okay with being a supporting member or even like, a stay-at-home parent or a stay-at-home person. Like you can still exhibit those qualities. I feel like you just have to be a leader in your own way. Like you still have to be somewhat motivated, goal-oriented. That doesn't mean you're trying to be like CEO, but you got to have your own goals. You got to be able to like tell people like, this is what I'm doing. You got to be passionate about something. You have to be like about yourself. You have to have dignity. I think like just so many things that go to be a good leader can just also be a good like boss mentality minus the business.
Exactly. Women prefer male bosses. Female bosses are emotional. I think we talked about this. Being better examples of female leaders and goes back to being supportive towards other women. So for the young females, like for your little sister and your cousins, what advice would you give to them for that? Because even if you were in school in colleges, like let's say these young
college.
ladies, and they joined a club,
Traumatized.
and they were the president of that club. Let's say, are there any clubs that you guys are in right now? Like, let's say it was Black Student Union, and you guys became the president, but you weren't taken serious because you're a female. You know what I mean?
Or like, what to do. I think just you have to gain the respect of people around you, like just being who you are, like your best self. Like when people see you working hard and like really trying to do your best to like improve whatever you're doing, like it motivates them to do the same. So you're not going to have to bully them into being to doing what you want, or bullying them to be a better employee or a better member of your club. Like they're going to see your example. So I think the biggest advice is just lead by example. Like be who you want to see on your team.
Maria, why are you shaking your head? Let me.
Because I'm taking notes, because I know it's going to come over to me, and Mari's just saying everything that I'm like writing down. Leading by example.
Well, talk about your experience. That you
Yeah.
actually had a bad experience as having a woman leader.
Yeah, tell us, because those are really real stories. Those are just real stories that happen very often.
I did, and I hate to stereotype like every culture into the experiences that I endure, but I did have a Caucasian, which was pretty much the most recent boss as a Caucasian lady in the education field, and it just went really bad. Like there was, bless her heart. I don't know. Maybe she did it on purpose. Maybe she didn't. But there was a book as praising that she gave me. And she gave me a book that presented who I was as an employee. And that book, she presented it. She invited me to this leadership retreat, which was at a beautiful house. It was like a 3-story house that oversaw the ocean.
You're setting us up right now.
And she gave me a book that said, I want to be your personal penguin. And yes.
Can she read, or maybe she liked the pictures?
That was a kindergarten book that she presented me, and never have I ever seen like such a really bad tactic, or just exactly.
Like Michelle
Thank
Obama's
you.
book came out. You could have gave me that one.
And everybody else's book was good, and she presented this to me, so I got up and I took it, and that's who I was, because I am I was an office manager at that school, and that was just maybe, I don't know, without thinking, their way of giving it to me. But I did have like a long, lengthy conversation, and long story short, she did ask me if I had reached out to HR or whatever, and I went ahead and left the organization, which I love. But I am now under another woman leader who is also minority. So it's a minority leader who, I don't know.
Are you
I just
experiencing
feel
the same things or different?
No, I just feel like when you work under minority people, we work harder. I hate
we
to
do
stereotype,
work harder. We work different. But I just want to say, like, it kind of takes it back to like high school. Some people end up in their positions, and it's kind of like taking it back from when they're in high school. Maybe they were a nerd. Maybe they didn't get the attention. Maybe who knows? And then they bring that energy into their work environment, and they end up like being like a mean girl, or being or falling into these stereotypes.
But I also think she was a privileged person.
That can be it too, and it's not. So you can't relate to her, so it's hard for you to communicate with each other because you guys were not raised the same. Your thoughts are not the same. The way that you would handle situations is not the same. Because right now, you have a team under you, and you've learned the things that you did not like from your boss, and you take that with your new team, and you do it differently. But if it wasn't for that experience, you might not be fully aware. You'll probably be a bit aware, but not fully aware of how it felt to be treated in that way, that you're taking that lesson and you're applying it to your new position where it's like, I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to do it this way. And for people that feel like they're not being seen or heard, I'm going to make it out of my way and reach out to them and talk to them more one-on-one. Like, those are things that I feel like you learn from this experience and you're taking it now to your new position. So just think of this as anything. If you were in high school, like, how do you want to be treated? This is why we tell your daughters, my nieces, and our nephews, like, treat people the way you want to be treated. Give people that respect. Give the elders a respect. Because I know, like, right now with Anissa, my goddaughter, her, I get it. She's in middle school. It's the whole attitude, like that whole, I know everything, but I have to remind her because we've all been there. We were all at her age. We all had that attitude. Like, we all have strong characters. We will admit this, like, as my niece is in the background shaking her head. Yeah. But for a reason, like my dad, I felt like he taught us to speak up, but at the same time, he also taught us to respect. So I think that we have to keep reminding her, like, yes, I love that she speaks up. I love that she, calls people out, even like, not calls them out, but like, kind of like, well, I don't agree with this. And she questions it. Like, yeah, she questions them. But I told her, like, look, if you want to question your teacher, that's the right way to do it is not to put him on the spot in front of your 30 classmates just to make yourself look good and make yourself look, like funny or like, oh shit, like she shut the teacher down. I said, if you really had an issue with the teacher, you would wait after class, because there was like a recent incident where she got called out for like talking, and she said she wasn't talking. I said, okay, if this is true, if you were not talking, then you should have just stayed quiet, waited after class, and went up to the teacher and like, look, Mr. So-and-so, like, I know that you thought it was me, talking, maybe because she had her back turned or whatever it was, but I wasn't the one. Don't put him on the spot just the way he put on you on the spot, because that made you mad, right? You didn't like that he put you on the spot. Mm-hmm. So you got to go ahead and turn it around and feel like, how would I feel? So now he's a teacher in front of 30 students. So if all of you are talking back, like, it's just going to make him more mad. If you want to get his respect, wait after class, go up to him and just let him know how you felt. Let him know that you did feel disrespected. You felt embarrassed that he called you out in front of the whole class. So, like, I was like, you got to communicate better. And that's how I feel like we need to educate the girls, like, the way you communicate. Obviously, like, we're seeing a lot of these high school, these like, videos. Okay, for example, I don't know if you guys saw that video of that boy who took off the teacher's wig.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they were arguing about.
And those are, like, non-violent things. Like, there's ones where, like, they will, like, literally slap or punch the teacher.
The man that he started fighting the student, too. Right. He literally got in a fist fight. I think he was a substitute. It was right here, too, like, in Linwood or, like... Yeah, I think it was somewhere over here.
Yeah, but they be big. Y'all be big in high school. But just letting you know.
They are.
Yeah, y'all are like adult size, so y'all want to get grown. Let's get grown.
They're big in middle school.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Stay in elementary, girl.
I will. I just, Lord Jesus knows.
And I worked in middle school and I worked in the high school, and I learned to have a lot of patience. I'm not gonna lie. I was in a situation. I gave her an example, Anissa, because I was trying to teach her, like, sometimes, like, I get it, you're frustrated, but, like, so this boy, he had got jumped right outside his house. He lives in the projects. He got jumped. The next, like, 2 days, he came to school, and he was, like, all scratched up. His face was beat up. So we knew that he got jumped because his mom came to the school and told us. So he had an attitude on him. Like, he's a kid. He's got an attitude. He's a boy. He was, I think, a 9th or 10th grader at the time. And he was so angry, he was leaving school. Like, he was just walking out. And with those that we call runners, so if they leave the school without asking permission, they're runners. Mm-hmm. So he was on like people were watching him, and so I was doing my supervision in the what is it, the NPR where they eat lunch, and I'm at the door. I didn't even know he was coming until my radio's on me, and the radio, like, they're like, Miss Jackie, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? And I literally look up, and I see the student walking towards me. He's probably like maybe 5-6 feet away from me. And the admin gets on the radio and says, Jackie, make sure you watch the student, make sure he doesn't walk out, leave the school. And we made eye contact as they're saying that to me. And I just like, okay. And I just put my radio down. I didn't say nothing to him. I didn't even look at him. I mean, we made eye contact, but I just looked away. As soon as he walked past me, I was right by the exit of the door. He walks outside, but that was like the outside patio area. But if he was to make a right, that's exiting the school. And all I did was turn my body towards him. That was enough to set him off. And obviously me and him had no communication, nothing for him to spark what came in next. He pretty much turned around, turned super red, got in my face. And this boy, I'm 5'2". This boy was probably like 5'6", 5'5". And he was in my face, yelling at me, calling me stupid bitch, this and that, da-da-da-da. Don't get the fuck out of my way, turn around, like, da-da-da. And obviously when somebody's talking to you that, your blood is going to boil. Right. So you're going to call me a bitch, you're going to do this, and it's in front of all the students. So I have to stay calm, and that's what I do. I was like, not luckily, but like, I'm glad I knew the information, that I knew that he had just got jumped and he was like upset. And so I feel like I just stood there and I said, are you done? I was like, are you done? And I was like, calm down. I was like, are you done? And so he was just like in my face. And honestly, it was like a Rottweiler that just did not see anything. He just saw red. And he obviously had no hate towards me because it came out of nowhere. So finally, the admin had to come pull him away. He pulled him off of me because honestly, he wasn't on me, but he was in my face. And I was literally like, and this student and I have talked before. So for him to snap on me, it was crazy. Not even kidding, like a week passes. All his friends, his posse that he hangs out with, they love hanging with me. I'm doing supervision on the soccer field. I'm doing supervision over here. They come and look for me, and they'll just talk to me, and they'll tell me how their weekend was. And he's with his posse. He can't even look at me. He looked at me. He looked at the ground. For 2 weeks, he was like that. I think after like the third week, he came up to me and he apologized. And then when I announced that I was leaving the school, like a year later, he wrote this like long letter to me to let me know that he apologized for that night. Again, he apologized, and he's like, he just thanked me for being like
down,
being a good person, like for never treating him wrong. He's like, I know that I shouldn't have done that to you. And then I was like, look, you don't have to apologize. I know what you're going through. Like, don't even worry about it. But it's just that kind of thing. Like, we have to teach them. Like, when I see these students and in these classrooms, when they're going off, like that one where he pulled the lady's wig off, that really got under my skin.
That's where I'm like,
and then the whole class is like jumping, yelling, screaming, recording it.
Yeah.
So
like
it's
no
like
respect.
Yeah. So I mean,
I didn't watch it, but what led to it?
I don't know.
That is a good question because that's the other thing. Like, we're always talking about people trying to be the bigger person. Like, I always tell my kids to be the bigger person, but I always tell them, like, you need to feel respected yourself first. That doesn't mean going back and forth with somebody. That means, like, maintaining your own sense of, like, dignity. Like, you don't have to go back and forth with somebody that you literally do not care about. Like, if you don't care about them, you don't have to respond. Like, save your energy, but at the same time, like, te tienes que defender. Not against words. I feel like when it comes to actions, like, you need to make sure that you're okay. But as far as, like, words, like, if somebody truly is not in your life, if they're not supporting you in any way, if you don't even care for them, if they could be gone tomorrow and they mean nothing to you, like, why would you invest your God-given time with that person? Like, you only have a limited amount of days on this earth, and you're really about to waste a few minutes with somebody that you quote unquote don't care about.
Right.
Like, we have to teach them also, like, accountability. So it's not about, like, oh, hold your tongue for somebody older than you, or like you have to show them respect. No, respect is given mutually.
Yeah.
But it's also like, you need to remember, like, respect yourself first and foremost. It's not about, let me show you respect by being silent. It's about, let me show myself respect so I don't look like a damn fool yelling in class.
Right.
Because ultimately, that's what I tell my kids. I'm like, you look crazy.
Yeah.
Not
that's
the person you're yelling
That's
at.
why I was not yelling back at him, because I was just like, are you done? Because he literally, students just started ignoring him.
Yeah.
But that was my thing too.
You're
like,
doing too much.
When the teacher starts going back and forth with these kids, you
look ridiculous.
You look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, you are the adult. I'm not excusing the kid's behavior, but at the same time, I'm like, you're the adult. Take control of the situation.
Yeah. Or, like, call for, like, support or something. In those situations, there's clearly power struggle. There's clearly a teacher and an underage person. Now, when it comes to adults, I feel like that conversation is totally freaking different, though.
But see, that's the thing. Like, one of the main things when you work for, because I work for a middle school, one of the main things that if you cannot diffuse the situation, you got to just call somebody. I just watched the video, and with all honesty, like, really, that was just a defiant student. There was really nothing wrong. That
I agree.
Did. She was asking him to sit down, and she was walking probably to walk to the phone. He just went because he saw the phones out, and he just wanted to be on a viral video. But I hope somebody whoops his ass.
I hope his mama whooped his ass, regardless of what. Because that teacher could have said any number of things, and that does not excuse you thinking it's acceptable to treat a black woman that way, and one that resembles
any woman.
But one that resembles your mother is more importantly, like, that connection. Like, you felt it okay in your being to disrespect somebody like that.
Man.
Like, there's some, and ultimately, like, as adults, when you see stuff like that, you're like, there's something wrong with you.
Yes.
Like, even if it was justified, you could have said something mean to him. Like, there's something wrong with you that you feel like those actions are acceptable.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of whether or not you were defending yourself or whatever, like, you were the one that did that action. Like, so you look a certain type of way.
And you know what? I mean, I know that Facebook, I'm not sure if it's Facebook or Instagram that's starting to charge people for putting up those negative videos of people fighting. But I really think that they should get on these kids for posting these type of videos, because eventually, guess what? They're not going to post them, one. And then two, people are not going to do idiotic things
Oh,
like
like
that.
World
to get-
Star?
Yeah.
People used to yell World
not
Star.
only World Star, that's on YouTube.
Yeah. Well,
know
like
what
with
I
the thing with the active shooter, right? I mean, we're super off topic, but just the thing with the active shooter, he was broadcasting it on Facebook Live or YouTube or something, and it's like these platforms, they know this stuff is happening, but
Yeah.
honestly, that's what it is. It's clickbait,
Yeah.
and that goes back to like we could bring it all the way back to like women in leadership.
Yeah.
Like, where are the women making decisions? Because all these companies are run by men.
Right.
But-
yeah, we got to bring it back to the topic.
Can I just bring it back?
No.
Because I didn't finish
No.
my story.
Did you
no,
not
no, no.
listen?
I am. You asked me a question.
Okay.
I want to bring it back to my story about my old boss. I believe that not everybody is a boss person or has the ability.
And that's
Sometimes
okay.
we are put in that position
To be supporter.
to learn, I would say,
Okay.
right? To be a student.
Yeah.
And so I really think that she was not ready to be in the position that she was put in.
And that's for different reasons too,
Yeah.
because it's like she got the privilege. It's who she knew. She, like you said, she wasn't an admin for an X amount of years that you're supposed to be before you get put in that position.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's actually also her boss's fault for putting her
Man.
in that. And who was it? A man? You said. But
No,
I'm
I
like-
said man.
Oh, I think
No.
you said it was
Like,
a
oh,
man.
man.
I was
Like,
like,
dang.
okay.
I'm not gonna
Going back
put
to
You
that.
already know I'm quick to jump on that one. I'm like, what?
No.
So
Place the blame.
if you, as women and as men, if you guys come across women leadership, don't fall into the whole stereotype. Let's go ahead and be better. And if they're new to their position, give them time to settle in, to get their vibe going. But we're so quick to put women in the hot seat than we are with men. We give more men lenient to get comfortable in their position and find their ways than we do with women. So let's be better at that. Let's be more patient, or let's be teamwork. If you see that she needs help in certain departments, help her out. Who cares if she's your boss and she should know better? Like, step it up. You know what I mean? Step in and help her. If you can do something to help her. I had a woman boss, and my experience is actually really well. She showed me what kind of leader I want to be.
We both
Actually,
shared that, boss.
yeah, we did actually. And to this day, she is still contacts with me. We have each other's phone numbers. We still text. I really do look at her as a bit of a mentor, and she knows that. But she is definitely what a woman leader should be. And I am so happy to have worked under her because I learned so much, which is what, taught me to have this patience with these middle school kids and these high school kids when I worked under her. But now also as a station manager here at the Good News, I've learned how to communicate with the different personalities, because it's everybody has a different personality on the station, not just the station, in the world and stuff. So I've learned to be able to communicate to different personalities without getting offended, without taking it personal. I'm getting to know if you have a type of personality that is very blunt and very outspoken, most people would probably get offended. And I don't. So it also comes, like you said, Maria, with maturity, with the experience, and thankfully for all the jobs that I've had and all the bosses I've had, and a lot of them being women, I've learned what kind of leader I want to be. Yeah. So I don't know if you have anything else to say about that, Madi, before we end this tonight's topic.
I think just any leadership position should be met with a lot of not a lot of experience, but at least a lot of openness to learn, and as well as a lot of strong abilities in your dignity. Just the biggest thing is leading by example. So I think as a woman, there are a lot of pressures that we're going to face regardless of where we're in and what industry. But I think just remain true to yourself so that you always know that those that are following you and listening to you and working for you are doing so because they know who you are and not for the mask that you're putting on. So I just feel like just don't succumb to those stereotypes. And I think that it's okay to be a stereotype, to learn and to grow. Nobody's perfect. We're learning every day. But the important thing is to grow and to lead by example.
I like that. What about you, Maria? Any takeaway or any advice that you give?
I think leading by example is a huge plus for me. You can't just delegate. I mean, you can delegate, but you also gotta show the work as well. Uplift and listen. I mean, you always gotta applaud when somebody is doing something good. I don't want to do stereotypes with women and women, men and men, but just be a leader in your own way. Learn from the things that didn't work. Learn from other leaders. I think that communication is so important when you're a leader. But yeah, I can't stress enough. Leading by example is the huge plus.
Hey, I like that. And that wraps up tonight's topic. Oh, Selena came in the background. Hey. I can
Shit. Now they're going to sing.
can only play 10 seconds because, I don't want to get sued. Look at the Nia family come after me. So with that being said, we're going to wrap that up. But we're going to go ahead and jump into, before we jump into Myra's question of the night. So Myra couldn't be here with tonight. She actually went to a mother-son dance today with her son.
A real boss lady.
A real boss lady handling it. She went straight from work to there. She was going to try to come to the radio show. I was like, do not come here. Go enjoy your night with your son. But she gave us a question of the night. Are you guys ready? Tonight's Myra's question of the night is, in 5 words or less, if someone asked to be your apprentice for the day, what would you teach them? Tick tock, tick. Think about it. I'll put some Selena on for you.
I know one, but hopefully my boss is not listening.
Okay. Are you ready with your answer? All right, Maria, I'm going to start with you.
No.
Oh, my God. Maria, stop yelling.
Oh, sorry. Mute me.
No, that's what.
And
What
then you
would you
raise
teach
the
them?
volume.
Just for your headphones, not the whole everybody. I want
like
to.
something
This is how you sound.
Something that I'm really good at. Like, no, without a doubt, something I'm really, really good at. Oh, gosh.
Okay, go ahead. I'm ready.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not that serious. I think if I was going to teach somebody something and have an apprentice for the day, you would be really good at rolling blunts. It's just something. It comes really easily.
Look at Maria's
It's a
face.
talent. I'm just saying, y'all. It's really easy, but I'm just a really good teacher.
Maria.
I say you could learn it. I didn't say you have to do it. All right. It's a skill.
That's
Put it
Maria.
in your tool belt. You never know.
Honestly, that's a talent. I've seen it. Actually, Keith.
It's good in like social settings.
Can you do it while you're driving?
Yes.
Because I've seen Keith do it while he's driving. That shit is a talent.
That's a talent.
That's a talent. Why are you so embarrassed? You act like your daughter does not know about weed.
Yeah, marijuana.
Marijuana.
It's a plant.
What's another name for it?
The devil's lettuce.
Say more. Make her uncomfortable.
The devil's lettuce.
She can't even look over here. Oh my God. What's another name for it?
Yerba buena.
Yerba buena.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Mota.
Yerba buena is a different type of plant.
No, we all know what it is though.
It's weed.
Yeah. It's the good herb.
Mota.
Herb.
That's what it is.
You say
See, there you
herb,
go.
flowers.
There you go.
You call it flower also. It's not to have a negative
What
name.
are some other names for weed? Let's just keep naming them and make Maria feel really uncomfortable. Keith is in the chat box. He said he always does it while driving.
Now I'm gonna call the cops.
Keith, actually, this is a great question for you, Keith. In 5 words or less, if someone asked to be your apprentice for the day, what would you teach them? I would love to know your answer, Keith. So let us know in the chat box. While we wait for Keith's answer, Maria, you're up. In 5 words or less. Don't give me a paragraph.
Don't give us no damn dissertation.
Beating a
Ron-
bitch's ass with your eyes
Beating
closed.
a bitch's ass
Beating
with your
bitch's
eyes
ass
closed.
with your
That was
eyes
6
closed.
words.
That's 6 words.
You gotta have your eyes open because she
Cierra los ojos y mátala, cabrona.
Damn, Rosa de Guadalupe over here.
Even Aaliyah over here counting. She counted like 7 words over
Hey,
there.
they're taking notes over here.
I mean, I'm trying to be me, but be rated PG. Y'all brought it out.
Too late. It doesn't happen.
Wait. So what's your advice? Is that yours really?
I'm not. No. I'm
Defend yourself and kill them. Defend yourself
not.
and kill them.
Killing, girl.
Oh, no?
Just put her to sleep for a
Hospital.
while.
Defend yourself and hospital. 4.
Keith is you are going to die.
Keith, that's like Keith and I are best friends.
I'm not gonna
I guess.
lie, he says that all the time. He says that all the time, especially if you listen to his Monday morning show at 8:30 in the morning. I've heard him say that.
Oh
few
yeah,
times.
cannabis. We didn't even think about that.
He says you're going to die, but he doesn't say it in a way to scare you. He doesn't say it in a negative way. He says it in a way to like motivate you and what you're gonna and what are you gonna do with your life? Because you're gonna die. So what are you gonna do to be while you're living?
I just want to be relaxed.
So
Good one, Keith.
So live it up. That's
Quit my
right,
job.
Keith. Quit my job. I'm gonna travel the world
No.
I'm just
Travel to
gonna-
my house and stay there.
under the blankets, watch Netflix. All right, Ulysses. Let me hear yours.
Probably learn
Make
from
micheladas. That's 3.
learn from your surroundings.
Okay.
4.
All
That's
right.
good.
All right.
Like people smart, like street smarts.
Aaliyah, what about
Some
you?
people don't have
Give me something, Aaliyah.
Okay, don't take this the wrong way.
We already did.
Get in the clean.
Hey, get out.
You can.
Yeah.
It's okay. Mine's gonna be dirty. It's fine.
Damn.
Okay, well, I had to teach myself this because I'm kind of shy and like I don't like to talk to people like that. So I had to teach myself that scared money don't make money.
Scared money don't make money. Okay.
I like
Dang.
that. Oh, all right, Alexis,
So
come on,
again-
jump on the mic. Let me hear yours. Kosi, let me hear yours too. You don't have nothing? Nothing. You're gonna say something like drink lots of wine.
What could you like teach? You're good at
You cook. You're good. You're helpful. You're a Leo.
Yeah, I'm good at certain things that I can't say because apparently.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh my God, Kosi.
Hey, you better. The Lord's day is coming.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Like
We heard you.
she's good at being a producer.
She's very helpful.
You're.
I'm learning myself.
She's
so.
a boss bitch. I work with her. I would know. She's good at making people cry. Making people cry. 3.
God, I don't know about
Never
my.
made anyone cry. Hope I made cry.
I'll start right now.
Ron says,
Kelly.
"Mother Nature, the tree of life."
Ooh, the tree of life.
That's what you would teach them, Ron. You have to be more specific. I gotta understand this.
Is he going back to Adam and Eve?
No, I think he's talking about weed. Like, remember we were asking about weed names.
Oh, the tree of life. I got it. The weed. I'm over here thinking this is what you're gonna teach.
You're gonna
your
teach somebody how to be a tree.
I was trying to fit mine into 5 words, but I was gonna say something like, "Lots of sex keeps you young," and that came from a 96-year-old woman that they interviewed. They're like, "How did you stay? Like, how? What did they ask her? Something like, yeah," and she said, "Lots of sex." She was
Yeah.
96 years old.
Lord have mercy.
She didn't say with who.
Show for y'all to come to.
Did it come with the manual?
What?
Did it come with the manual?
Did who come with the manual?
Like in your 90s?
Didn't come with the manual.
No, they were interviewing a 96-year-old.
What the hell,
I'm so confused. The manual.
I need some
So,
instructions.
like when you're 60, like how to do. Maybe you have like a special chair, or like something.
Great sex
Yeah.
keeps you young. That's it. Great sex keeps you young. Boom.
Kosi, you could create your own manual.
I have, but I'm interested in learning.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, new things.
I'll be
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
I have
Oh my God. We're gonna go ahead. Did everybody say theirs? Did everybody say theirs? All
Well, I
right.
was just kidding with mine. I'm just gonna say, always keep it real. And
That's what you're gonna teach
what
them?
the hell?
That's
Why you
4.
carrying
How do you
it?
teach somebody how to keep it real?
That's 4.
Always speak your damn mind and keep it real.
All right.
That's too many.
We're gonna wrap that up.
See how they
That was
mess
a
with
great
me? You see
question
how
of
they
the
mess with
night.
me?
Before we wrap
Thank
up,
you.
we're gonna go ahead and talk a little bit more about El Híjole Michelada Mix. I know I'm saying it wrong.
No, you did it the second time.
It's because I'm so stuck on saying it the way I've been saying it that it's
Yeah.
like now I try to say it right. I have to like stop myself.
Yeah, I think some people out there probably pronounce it that way,
Or
right?
something like that. I was saying because I was
You're trying to put his name in
your
it.
name in it. I was putting your name in it. I was like, oh, that's
She was
smart.
putting letters in there that don't. She's kind of like
So how were you
dyslexic,
saying
but not
it?
really.
How are you saying it, Jackie?
El Yuli or something like that I was going to say or saying. But it's El Híjole Michelada Mix. Let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. Where can they find you, your product, and,
Yeah,
let 'em
so all social media platforms, L_IH 4 O's LE for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We do
spell it for them. And you have to put like all of it because, it's a little tricky.
so for Twitter. It's the
He has
same
to-
as Instagram.
He has to turn around and look at his banner.
It's EL_IH 4 O's LE. And then for Facebook is use dots instead of underscores. So it's EL.I.H 4 O's LE.
You're going to have to remember this. You're going to have to keep it scripted
Or
in
just
your mind.
Google El Híjole.
And they can find it on Amazon.
So Amazon, yeah. So that's the biggest platform that we're using now. It's the biggest tool, a marketing tool. Everyone, I guess, that's starting their own company or
Yeah.
any marketing aspect. So Amazon.com, El Híjole, or type in Michelada Mix. You'll see El Burro Quita Crudas there. But yeah, I mean, this year will be fun. It's our first full calendar year.
Yes.
Have a couple of events coming up. So
I like it.
4 events and 3 events in the month of May. 1 so far in the month.
Well, keep us in mind if you have like an event and you want us to be there. We can set up our table, our mics, and be a part of the fun.
Yeah. We'll do. I mean, we have a lot of events coming up. One up in Berkeley, for the month of June. I can't really say which one, but just keep tuned.
All right. So with that being said, we have some contestants for the giveaway.
Yes,
I put in
yes,
two
yes.
names in here. I
Wait, I forgot to add mine.
I don't think we can add our names.
There's multiple other people posted too.
Oh, okay. Give me the names. See, these are the two.
Yeah, y'all should be putting your things
If
in,
you
'cause
guys
there's not
have
as
any
many
from your
contestants.
profile, let me know because I only got
Hold
the
on.
ones that tagged me and the lady. So let me see. Tag us. We're gonna go ahead and pick a winner for the giveaway. They're gonna be winning a barbecue starter packet mix, and then it's a barbecue starter. Why are you shaking your head at me?
Because I'm listening. Hey, they're going to be winning. Hey.
But you're not supposed to be shaking your head at me.
I'm like,
You're like, no. See, that's what you get. Let me mute you. Done. I love that I have that power. During these 2 hours, I take advantage of muting my sister, Crazy Maria. Okay, so if you guys have some names, just to let you guys know, we put Angie Wen on here from Instagram. We put Senor Dash in here. So if we have any more names, make sure you guys put them in here. Here. Yeah. I just put those papers right there. So while we do that, we're going to go ahead and I had some cheesemint. Maddie. What was the cheesemint for today?
Oh, man. Do we want to go, entertainment?
Oh, I was going to talk about the girl. I don't know if you guys realize that the girl that they found the body, the name in Hacienda Heights.
Yeah.
They actually found out who
Why
she
did it
was.
take so long?
Love Trinity Jones was her name.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it again. Love Trinity Jones. She was, I believe, 9 years old. And the two people they took into custody was her mom and her mom's boyfriend.
Oh,
And apparently it was her mom's boyfriend, allegedly, is the one that killed her. So it's not for sure proven yet, but that's what they're in custody. So just letting you guys know.
Wow.
But they did find out who she was. The dad had no idea, and he was shocked and just in tears. So, and actually it was a teacher who found out who
Identified her.
All right, they're giving me more names. I'm putting the names in here so far. Kosi, do we have any more to add into the giveaway? All right. Any more, Ulysses? Any more, Maddie?
No, nobody over here.
Kosi, our producer, wants to join the giveaway. I don't know if that's fair. What do you guys think? Should we let our producer, Kosi, jump into the giveaway? I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
Look, she's desperately looking in the chat box for a yes. She's like, somebody say yes.
Somebody just send a yes.
As soon as I said that, she turned around and she looked into it. All right. So this is for our only our ladies listeners giveaway here. Kosi, because Ulysses said I can put you in there, I'm gonna put you in there, okay? Because you do so much for the ladies' night. You are the background.
And she likes micheladas now.
And now she likes micheladas because they're that good. And Kosi's not a beer drinker, michelada.
No.
So I'm mixing it real good. We have a couple of names in here. I'm shaking it. What? All right. So who's going to pick the winner?
I feel like we should film this so people don't think we're cheating.
Oh, are you going to film it? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay,
Are you
good.
going recording or are you going to go live?
I'm filming from the camera.
Okay, just record. Okay, film it. All right. So we're going to go ahead. Ulysses, you get to pick. Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to let my niece do it. Pick a name and give the name to Ulysses, or do you want to announce it, or do you want me to announce it?
Good.
Okay, I'll announce it. So she's picking it. Are you recording this? Okay. Now you have to give me the name. So I have to say it on air. The winner is
For what though?
Oh, okay. The winner gets a barbecue starter pack and also a michelada party for yourself and 19 friends. So it's a party of 20, and you're gonna pretty much show up to their house, bring this mix that's behind you for you and 19 of your friends. So this is a party, and the beer is not included.
Or just 20 for you if you don't have
Or
any
20,
friends.
just all you. No, the beer is not included, but everything else will be included. And if you guys saw the bar, it's a lot that's gonna come with it. And the winner is. Can I get a drum roll, please? Are you ready?
It's like Kosi.
It is Kosi.
No way, you're lying. She won, y'all. I think people are gonna hate us.
Oh my God, I didn't.
Yeah, no, we filmed it.
I didn't pick it. My niece picked it. You put all the names in there.
Are they all the same size? Can you show people what the other papers look like? So no anden chingando.
No se
Can we
chingando.
name all the names that are on there?
Yeah, can we thank the participants? And
Yes.
But then they're gonna feel like losers, no?
No.
So
Sorry.
Cozy got chosen. My niece chose it. I'm not cheating. This is why I was like, I don't know about putting her. We had Crazy Maria in here. How did you sneak your ass in here? Oh, I hate you. We have Angie. Angie was from the Instagram, and then we had who else in here? We had J Rock Gerald. He was on here, and 2 more last names in here. Oh, we had DJ Dash was here. He for sure promoted us. And last but not least, we had B Martin. That's right. And I'm sorry, guys, but the winner is Cozy.
Cozy.
But you
that
guys,
just means we're all invited, though.
but you know, because I know most of you guys in here.
Yeah, you know Basilio Jr. is in there.
You guys,
I didn't think that was fair.
he did. Hey, why not? Why?
I'm just saying.
Why?
He did.
He did post it.
He did post it.
He did post it.
He's
You're right.
fine. He can participate.
Don't be a hater.
He's gonna show up to Cozy's thing.
We're all. You guys can come over.
We're all going. Cozy.
You know what? It's gonna be.
Cozy's
at our
not gonna
house.
invite us though.
It's gonna be at our house, and everybody's invited. And I'm gonna probably invite everybody that's in here. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. And more. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Before we do, we got any last words from you, Maria? Crazy Maria.
I love y'all. I don't have many words today, but I just want you guys be safe. And yeah, one love. And and congratulations to my younger brother. You know, I see you as a little brother. We kind of grew up together. So congratulations, and I wish you much prosperity, and may your business just rise up, and may you take me with you.
Amen.
Wow, you got to put in the work. He's not going to just take you. You got to put in work.
Why don't you just leave it at that?
Wow.
We family.
Because I'm saying what he's thinking. Hey.
Hey, you might want to add my touch.
Hey. You're a hot mess. Marty, what about you? Want to give anything out?
Just leaving y'all with the thought. I think just be your best self, really, and just strive to be your better version of yourself every day, whether that be in a boss position or in a supporting role or at home or wherever it may be. Just be that best version. Like, take your accomplishments in stride, take your moments of falter in stride, and just, take it one day at a time, mi gente. It'll be okay.
I like that. I like that. And from my 2 young guests today, one from
The
all the way
youth.
from Alabama.
What does the youth have for
Any
us?
last words? You want to shout out your IG? I know you guys do. That's what y'all do. Go ahead.
Hurry,
I
hurry.
don't have Instagram.
What?
Whoa.
Wow, Leah, I'm so proud of you.
Alexis, we're not proud of you.
You don't have a. You don't.
I'm just kidding.
You don't have a ghost IG like Alexis. Yeah, you do.
I don't got a ghost IG, but I do got a real IG.
Okay.
LEXIGL 4 M's.
Just remember, her mom is Crazy Maria. She's crazy for a reason. Do not slide in her DMs.
I mean, if you're 18.
No. Just underneath 21, right? Because then they can't take you to the club anyways. And you don't want to worry about them going to the club without
Mute
you.
her. What happened to me?
All right. Thank
You
you,
both of them.
Thank you, ladies, for coming. I really appreciate you. I love seeing my family here, and of course, Ulysses, you are my family as well.
Yes.
Not by blood, but definitely by just our history.
Just growing up.
Oh yeah, growing up, man. So I'm proud of you, like Maria said. Any last words that you want to say?
No, thank you for having us, having El Híjole. It was our pleasure. It was great that you guys liked it. And just Google El Híjole or elhijole.com.
Yes. 2019. 's gonna
Support
be
your
a-
local businesses, y'all.
Yes,
please,
support.
please.
Support your friends like you support these brands that don't care about you.
And celebrities. Exactly. Support us. Support us. So thank you for being here, Ulysses. I appreciate you. And like Maria said, I really wish you the best and all the success in El Híjole.
Yes.
Michelada mix.
She
And
got
you'll
it.
be coming to my house because me and Kelsey live together. So we're going to set up a party at my house. Michelada
Hey.
party for
Oh,
me
yeah.
and my
4 friends?
18 friends. 4 friends. Because it's
I don't want
always
18
about
friends
me.
because then everybody only gets one. Only invite me,
Fine,
so I get 19.
I'll invite 10. You can't change
Everybody
the
gets 2.
It's gonna be at my house, party at my house. No, I'm just kidding. You know what? March has been all about the women, and I did it for a reason. It's Women's History Month, and we're gonna keep going strong with that, those topics, because it's very important for us as women to bring us up, shine light on each other, and just be there for each other. Be patient, be kind. And I'm your host, Mysterious Jax. This is Ladies Night Radio Show. And just remember one thing, ladies.
You are enough.
Yes. I'm gonna end the show with Kosie's favorite song of the
Wanna
moment.
hear me holla? Wanna hear me holla?
Can we mute her? Oh my gosh. Mute her.
So round,
Because
round.
Maria's on the
You're already muted.
I take my time with it. Bring you close to me. Don't want no young dumb shit. But if I me like we listening to Jodeci, I was trying to lay low, taking it slow. When I'm fucking again,
Kosie out here celebrating, yo.
gotta celebrate. If your man look good, but I put him away.
Kosie said the party's at her house.
You shouldn't even be out. There no reservations.
Hey.
So not even a year.
Ride it through it just how you